That's right, it's duo time. I haven't done this since Chaos, so this was fun. Got the Aranea LD after some tickets, and by some I mean all of them. Spent more than I wanted to, but that's alright. Honestly, even if I never use her again, just doing this was worth it to me, because this was super fun to do. Yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The name of the game is Keep Them the Hell Away From Us. So, early on, we're gonna do what we can with Aranea's skill 1 and just set them back as much as possible while they actually can be delayed. At one point, they're gonna be only susceptible to break delay, which means the Aranea skill 1 won't really do what it's supposed to do. It'll break them, but no delay. Same with Lightning ZX. So it's really just gonna be about timing your breaks properly at this point. I should have used this right off the bat. Not sure if I went overkill with the damage modifiers. I don't think I did. But okay, let's think about what we got here. We got the Reno Call for Lightning, since these guys are immune to Elemental Imperil, but only the generic versions, not the frame kind. And since Thunder is the only element they don't absorb, Lightning is perfect. And the Reno Call has a Thunder Imperil in it. So since Lightning can't inflict it herself, Reno's here to help her out. Alti, I think, is here for obvious reasons, to delete their turns when possible. Now, you can't delete them when their turns are framed. I think that's self-explanatory as well. The motivation for this was, it's actually twofold. First of all, I wanted to run an Aranea comp since I pulled her, and then in the blind run I didn't even use her except for a call. So, okay, I'm going to do a video with her in it. And I was going to do Lightning, Aerith, and Aranea, and then I saw somebody, one of my subscribers mentioned that they use that team, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, I could probably, just with how busted both of them are, I don't know if we even really need Aerith. And it turns out we didn't. Another motivation for it was, in the Dissopia chat, a lot of us were talking, yeah, just like harmless disagreements and stuff going back and forth about who was more busted for their time, Aranea in Chaos or Lightning as of now in the LUFENIA era. I would argue Lightning, or excuse me, sorry. I would argue Aranea for her time, for a couple reasons. But honestly, I don't even really want to get into that much, because I kind of figure instead of arguing about which one's better, just put them together and wreck everything. So that's what we did. Now, I probably should have just waited on this EX, because, like I said, once they frame their turns, you can't delete them. That means Alti has 4 turns to just delete away. But yeah, so we missed out on some deletes, but that's alright. They're back far enough for the time being. So now the name of the game is to just keep them back there for as long as possible, with only breaks, since we can't delay them. So it's all about breaking them. Now that she's back, and delays aren't an option, we can apply Vital Crusher to both of them. Since, yeah, that's actually not so bad. We got them down under, under 80%, and we didn't even use skill 2 yet. Well, now we did. All that work without Vital Crusher. So now, okay, alright, I think I went on a tangent. Okay, we got the Reno Call for Lightning, we have the Jack Call for everybody, and Vital Crusher. That's a lot of damage boosts. I figured we'd need it since there's no support, there's no battery or anything. It's just damage boosters as opposed to actual support. Yeah, it's damage through debuffs, really. Couple new things about Aranea. I wasn't entirely sure how it worked at first, but now I'm familiar with it. So what the LD does, it puts that overhead buff on, that spear icon. As long as that is up, everything that Aranea does will break broken targets. That's right. But it's a little more complicated than that. So let's take her EX for example. Yes, that hits everybody, but it won't break them both if they're both broken. that will only break whoever you target. Same goes for her HP attack too. Even though that hits everybody, that will only break the one that you target. So it's key to time things like High Wind for when one of them has Brave and the other one doesn't. That way you can target the one who's broken already, break him, and the one who has Brave will just naturally get broken by the splash. So that's really important as far as playing keep away with her and managing the turn order of the enemies. That's going to be really helpful. And I played off of that pretty heavily here, whenever I got the opportunity. Because it's not like they had Brave for very often, because that kept happening right there, where it's like, okay, they might recover soon, and then Aranea just breaks them anyways. Yeah, see, look at how A got broken back, but B didn't, because I targeted A with the HP attack. Brought Ramuh for a couple reasons. One, since they're already inflicted with Reno's Thunder Imperil, that will help out Aranea's damage. Not like she needed it, but let's just add more on top of it. And I wasn't sure if I would need stuns. In retrospect, maybe Odin or possibly Bahamut would have been a better choice. Bahamut, I think, would have been good to capitalize on that break bonus. It would almost act as a sort of battery for these two who don't have any battery on their own. Or Odin, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we seem to be capping with Brave damage anyways. So I don't know how useful Odin really would have been. I think Ramuh was probably the safest bet. But Bahamut, I mean, I don't know. It's possible Bahamut would have gotten it done faster. It would have been a lot more dire. Every turn I take would have mattered even more if Bahamut was here. Okay. 1 or 2 time Lightning's Burst for right before her LD buff ran out, so she can refresh it in here and take full advantage of it, because every skill matters. Every buff matters. The name of the game is trying to milk your buff durations for as long as you can, because you don't want to get spent too fast. But we're still in a pretty good spot. They're almost half dead, and we're pretty good on skills. Okay. So now I'm going to try to stall this out for as long as I can, and then go into the summon when I can't push them back any further. You see, this kept happening, but this is actually okay right here. This is actually good. So look, I know A's in the back, we target B, and break them both. Perfect. Aranea with the high armor is pretty cool. I mean, everybody remembers how lethal High Wind used to be. With the high armor, it's to do 91 as splash. That's badass. That's amazing. So I'm curious how she's gonna age, because the common consensus seems to be she is not as OP as she was back in the day, and I'm sure that's true, but she still seems really damn good to me. And yeah, it won't be like it was before. I think that a time like now is more appropriate for a character like Aranea as opposed to when she first released, because she was overkill, let's just be honest. She was completely overkill for the time being. Okay, 37 and 40. Skills are all right. Lightning only has 2 turns left on her burst effect though, so damage might drop a little bit after this. I thought he'd recover, but he didn't. So close. I did mismanage the break order there, so that wasn't smart. Probably could have stalled this out a little bit longer, but now we can't. We gotta go in. Done. And like I said before, look, target A with the EX. It broke him and not B. So that's how it works. As long as that's up. Yeah, and look, we'll target A again because he's in the back. It is nice, the fact that she gets free skills now after that LD use. Because you really can just... I mean, in early Chaos with her, you could just spam high winds and every now and again throw a Dragoon Dive and EX in there and you'd win. But then as Chaos progressed, you had to be a little more careful with Arenea's skill management. She still crushed it, but as power creep approached, it wasn't as easy as just press skill 2 and win. No, you really had to... You kind of had to team build a little bit more, maybe extend some buffs, throw in some more HP attacks, time your breaks more properly, but she was still amazing. For a long time. I mean, everybody knows that. I'm not telling any secrets there. But it is cool that she is able to kind of just go ham now, it seems. We'll see how that ages, but I mean, I've really only ran her here. I haven't brought her anywhere else yet. And the real test is not going back to old content. The real test is how is she going to be moving forward. I know there's going to be a decent amount of people who bring her to a lot of fights because they've misused her, and I don't blame them. She was really damn good. And now I think she's... I know I said this already, but now I think that her on the team is more... It fits better than it did before. It seems more balanced now. Even though she got better, content got a lot harder. So I like that. I like the new Aranea, given the era that we're in and the content that we're facing. I think it all balances out. I like it. I know Natsu Black King Mel is going to use tons of Aranea. He's been missing her so bad. He's been talking about her so much in Dissopia chat. Like, today's the day. Well, you got your wish. She's back. 14 and 16. Get this break. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep them back still as much as I can, but luckily, even if I fail that, they do have one stun each, so that gives me a little bit of wiggle room if I happen to screw this up. Two high winds, let's use one. No, you're gonna get broken first. There we go. One turn left on the LD. One LD left. Perfect, perfect. So we can maximize these free skills. Loop back into the EX. Get you back again. See, A's turn is gone, but B... The turn order is so weird. A is, where the hell is he? Who knows? Who cares? B is going to go 3 times before A does anything. A little awkward. But it is nice that we really just don't have to worry about that one. But now the big concern is the turns. I know they're at 7%, but these things are pretty tanky. So thank God for free turns. That's really helping here. Yes, get the break into the launch. There were more launches than I thought they were going to be, but I guess it makes sense, like, given how relentless these two are. They just attack, 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 and bring the chase value down. So that helps a little bit. Okay, here we go. So that brings them to 3 and 4. Awesome. Aranea is spent. But they're about done too, thank God. Awesome, get this break. Okay, Aranea, bring this home. You got this. You got this. Not quite, but here's a cool trick. You got a C65. Everyone remembers this from co-ops back in the day. Free turn C65 into another free turn. And that's that. So that was a lot of fun. I can't remember, dude, I can't even remember the last time I ran a duo comp. It's probably been since Chaos. Yeah, but that was awesome. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.